There's something I have learned in business, in life, and everything. Things happen for us. They do not happen to us. And it's a little tweak in how we think about it. Because if you think to yourself, why is this happening for me? What am I supposed to learn here? You're going to open yourself up to the message and you're going to become more aware of it faster. I mean, my dad would get up at 5 o'clock to go and milk the cows 7 days a week, 365 days a year, because you were doing this by hand. Never complained. My mom never complained. She had to feed us. She had to take care of us. They worked together to make this all work. It's a newer lesson for me, meaning over the last 5 years that I was the problem. I was in my own way and I was in the way of everyone else around me. The minute that I stopped enabling by doing everyone else's job was the minute we started seeing growth. And then it almost becomes a thing. What else can I delegate? You know what I mean? Like, you start looking at it in a different lens.
Welcome back to the Spotlight on Good People. My guest today grew up the second of 6 kids on a dairy farm in Minnesota, a family that sometimes needed the church food bank to get by. Today, she runs True Fashionistas, the largest lifestyle resale store in the state of Florida. But here's what the resume doesn't tell you. 2 months after she opened her doors, her business partner walked out and opened an identical store 10 doors down in the same plaza and took most of her staff with her. She and her husband cashed out his 401k just to survive. 15 years later, she's still standing. Her copycat isn't the story. She is. She's a former national model, an actress, and an Amazon best-selling author of Grace and Grit, host of the Emmy Award-winning Confident Entrepreneur podcast, just named one of the top 100 female-hosted podcasts in the country. 1 week from today, she launches her new academy, The Power of Your Voice, which by the time you're seeing this, will be out. She'll tell you her superpower is helping people find theirs. Please welcome Jennifer Ann Johnson. We have so many amazing people in our community. There's a lot of great people here, and it's a unique opportunity for me to get to spend, we were talking about the interruptions and the watches and the texts and stuff, to spend an hour or whatever amount of time with somebody where it's uninterrupted. There's no alcohol. We're not at a bar. It's not a social setting. It's literally just to get to know some of the great humans that we have in our community.
It's having a conversation.
Yeah.
It's the connection that we don't have anymore.
Right.
As much as we used to.
100%. Yeah. And it's a conversation, which can go anywhere too. So we don't only have it be any one way, but I'm just trying to get the soul of our community.
Right. I love that.
Here. Yeah. It's been a lot of fun. Zach's found some great, fun people, and I found him he was in college and sent out resumes for an internship over the summer, and I didn't answer the ad. I didn't answer him. He responded, and I never responded, and he just showed up.
That's the best way, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That old school way. Like, I'm going to go knock on the door.
They didn't answer, so I'm taking things into my own hands.
Right.
I wish more people did that.
Yeah, it really says something about them when they do
does.
that. I do too, because I know we miss good people, and sometimes they're like, "Oh yeah, I applied there, it didn't work out." Well, if you really want to keep showing up,
Right.
like your application could have got thrown somewhere. You could have met somebody at the desk that I didn't know happened, and
I think it's a lost art.
Yeah,
I think it's something. I mean, if anybody that I was looking at, because we're always hiring, I would be like, "You got a job."
Yeah.
I mean, you showed up. You took initiative.
Yeah. We have that same thing. Like we're always hiring. Doesn't matter what time of year it is. If you're a great soul, we're going to find a spot for you.
Absolutely.
Into the heart of it. So take me back to because this is the kind of the good people who've gone through hell and come out the other side and still remained a good person and didn't go to the other side. Open your business with your business partner and find out on this day that she's opening up down the shopping center from you, taking the staff. You go home that night to your husband. What's that day like?
Oh, good grief. That's pretty much how it did happen. But I mean, she came to us at 10 o'clock on a Sunday night to my house with her husband and said, "I don't want to do this anymore." And I mean, completely dumbfounded, because why? I mean, it was only a few months in. And so at that point, she's like, "I'm either going to sell the business or you can buy it from me." because going into this, I had the knowledge to do the business, and she had the money. Because at that point, I had still owned my business up north. I was a wedding and event planner, and I had a bridal shop and all that. So he was there when that all transpired. And she wouldn't sign a non-compete, which there was no way out of it. We wanted the business. He cashed out his 401k.
Wow.
And looking back on it, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's all it was. But back then, 15, almost 16 years ago, that was a decent amount of money. It's amazing how much inflation changes things.
Yeah.
And literally a couple of days after we gave her the money, we found out that she signed the lease. Wow. And it was only 8 to 10 stores. I forget the count, but it was not many stores away from mine in the same plaza.
Oh my gosh.
And didn't know it at the time. The employees stayed working, kind of thing. And then all of a sudden they all left. She took everyone except for one.
Wow.
And so much was going through my head. Like, where did I go wrong? I'm so silly for believing in somebody else that they could be a partner with me, because this had never happened. I'd been an entrepreneur before, and this had never happened. So I couldn't figure it out. Well, sometimes greed is the worst of all enemies, because she saw something that she wanted and she just decided to do it.
Wow.
So I was scared that we were going to fail immediately. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is it. We're done. And I hired an expensive consultant to come down to literally pat me on the back and say, you're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. And from that day forward, I literally put blinders on. To this day, inside my planner, I have a picture of a white horse with, of course, pink blinders on to remind myself to stay in my lane and to stay focused on what I want. Because if you're out here paying attention to all of your competition, you're not staying true to what you want. You're reacting off of your competitors and everything that they're doing and just reacting to them versus doing your own thing. And so I learned a lesson and just stayed in my lane and put my head down and just went to work.
Well, you didn't do what a lot of people would do, which is just sort of, well, I am never going to let that happen to me. I'm never going to expose myself to anything like that again, to where I'm never going to, or live with a lot of resentment, a lot of regret, a lot of, I opened my soul up to you. I gave you my whole passion, my whole vision was in you. I gave you everything I had, and you're just showing up on a 10 o'clock on a Sunday night. And
it's hard to not be cynical.
Yeah.
But, and I probably was for a little while.
Yeah.
But then you learn, because there's something I have learned in business, in life, and everything. Things happen for us. They do not happen to us. And it's a little tweak in how we think about it. Because if you think to yourself, why is this happening for me? What am I supposed to learn here? You're going to open yourself up to the message, and you're going to become more aware of it faster. What am I supposed to learn? And in that case, it wasn't to learn to, you just can't trust anybody. There was a lot of lessons that came out of that. And I'm thankful for the fact that it did happen, because I wouldn't be who I am today. And my business wouldn't be where it's at today if that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Because then you see loopholes. You see areas that you're like, oh, well, what can we do to shore that up? What can we do to make that better?
Yeah.
And you find, again, why it's happening for you. What is the lesson?
You didn't think that day that came to you, or were you already in that mindset? Like, oh gosh, this is a blessing that's handed to me.
Oh gosh, no, absolutely not. It was much like how I reacted during COVID, which is very interesting now that I'm thinking about it. When COVID happened, I literally laid on my couch for a week, exactly a week, in the fetal position, crying, not eating. doing all the things. It was like a grieving process.
Yes.
And after a week of COVID, I got up and went, what in the heck are you doing? And then I got mad at myself. I got mad because I wasted an entire week where I could have been trying to figure out what was next and trying to figure out how we were going to continue the business. Much like when, I had the partner situation.
Yeah.
Both were very parallel, if you will.
Sure.
Kind of situations.
Yeah.
And I reacted kind of the same in both. So I learned a little bit from the first situation, and I learned even more when COVID happened.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what makes an entrepreneur is not the good times. It's those times and how you adapt and how you adjust. And that just makes you stronger. It makes you better. It has you grow in ways that most people would say, I'm going to go back to the security of somebody else being in charge of all that. Just give me my check and let me leave at 5 o'clock and not have to think about it after that.
And those are the times that make us.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny because I've had people ask me the question, well, has there ever been a time where you just want to throw in the towel and say, I want a regular job? And I can probably only say in my entire 25 plus years of being an entrepreneur, there's only been a couple. I think that's pretty good. I mean, there are going to be times, and there's nothing wrong with it, where you're just like rethinking your decision to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's only a fleeting thought because you realize, well, I wouldn't have the freedom. And now, again, owning your own business, as you know, is not all butterflies and unicorns.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hard work, and you're usually the first one there and the last one to leave.
Yep.
But all of the other things that it gives you is just a gift.
Yeah, I get it. I understand what you're saying. It's a lot of people don't understand when you say freedom. It's not freedom that I'm going in Tahiti and living on the beach for a while the checks roll in. It's never that at all. Not that kind of freedom.
It's a different kind of freedom. Exactly. But I don't know that if someone has if you've never been in business for yourself, it's hard to look at being an entrepreneur and understand that.
Yeah.
Because they only see, oh, you're going here, you're going there.
Yeah.
They don't see the rest of it.
Yeah, they don't see they don't see the 10 o'clock conversations.
Right.
Somebody's sticking a knife in your back.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that's this side of it. But there is a certain way about people who choose this, about you yourself being an entrepreneur that makes up who you are. Because it's not for everybody, and you have to have that ability to say, well, how did you say that? It's not what happens
to you, it's what it happens for you.
It happens for you.
Yeah, it happens for you.
It's such a powerful place to stand or a place to be.
Because I've learned that if you look at it the other way, you can go somewhere and you can have all these bad things happen to you. And you can sit back and go, oh my gosh, why is this happening? Why does this always happen?
Yeah.
You're playing the victim.
Yeah.
Do you get anywhere playing the victim? Typically not.
Yeah.
So as entrepreneurs, we're wired differently. We're completely different. Seeing the opportunity is so much better than playing the victim.
Yeah.
Because if you play the victim, it's a loop. And you go nowhere.
Yeah.
But if you see the opportunity, there's the way out.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But I think so many people you have to go through something in order to be able to see that and realize it.
Yeah. What do you think it was about you grew up on a farm in Minnesota?
In Minnesota.
Yeah, where you had real winters.
It was serious there.
Yeah.
We don't joke about our winters.
I learned that going there in the winter one time, yeah. When I saw that you had heaters at the bus stations. That was the strangest thing. Wow, they don't mess around there.
No, it's cold.
So what was that like growing up on a farm? What was your role with 5 siblings?
Oh. Yes, I was the second oldest of 6.
Oh, second oldest, okay. And what was that? What was your experience growing up?
Well, I did help out on the farm a lot. we grew up very poor. And part of the reason for starting my resale business is because I have fond memories of going garage sailing with my grandmother Saturday mornings. Because here's the thing, I loved fashion. There was no question about it. I've loved fashion since I could read, before I could read. And we could never have new clothes. And I remember, if any of your listeners are old enough to remember this, Sears, Montgomery Wards, J.C. Penney's,
Yep.
their catalogs that would come in the mail.
Big fat.
Especially at Christmas.
Christmas,
Those
that
were
was
my
the big one.
favorite. But I would sit and look through those catalogs all the time. I specifically remember making lists of all of the things that I wanted out of the catalog. And back then, we didn't have any internet. So you had to physically pick up the phone. We were just having this conversation about, the old corded phones. Pick up the phone and call the operator to order something. And I remember pretending to do that. I would do that. I would play with Barbie dolls. I would play with paper dolls. I loved fashion. But I grew up in a farm in a very small town. There were 750 people in my town. So I felt a lot of, isolation from the world around me because we were one family unit. All of my siblings were younger than me, obviously, with the exception of one. So I did a lot of taking care of my siblings. We did a lot of work on the farm, whether it was in the garden or baling hay. Yes, baling hay, I did that.
Awesome.
Or feeding the cows or picking up eggs from the chicken. But it was my dad who really set an example, I think, that's been ingrained in me forever. And even my mother, taking care of all of us. I mean, my dad would get up at 5 o'clock to go and milk the cows. 7 days a week, 365 days a year, because just because it's Christmas doesn't mean the cows don't need to be milked. And this is back in the day where it was not anything, nothing was automatic. You were doing this by hand. 5 o'clock in the morning, he'd go out and milk the cows. He'd come back in and have breakfast. He would go out on the farm, work all day long, whether it was heat, whether it was cold, never complained. My mom never complained. She had to feed us. She had to take care of us. They worked together to make this all work. And he would come in and have what we called supper up north, which was our dinner. And he would go out and milk the cows again and sometimes not come in until 9, 10 o'clock at night. And I didn't realize at the time what he was doing for all of us, because you don't really realize. You realize it in retrospect. He was setting an example for us of hard work and a good work ethic. And that's what I remember. And that's how it's affected my life in the best possible way. I work hard. I work really hard. But I do it out of a place of love. And I do it out of a place of remembering how they worked so hard to provide for us every day. And out of anything, that's what I feel it created such a great foundation for my entire life.
And you've found this way to, it's because you're passionate about what you do. You're so passionate about what you do, which I love, and it's infectious. You've also found this as another venue to express a higher level of that, it seems like, too, because aren't you starting another, something in a week from now? Are you starting another
Yes.
education? Tell me about that.
Sure.
What's next?
For about the last 4 or 5 years, I have been able to step outside of my store and work on my personal brand. And my personal brand encompasses my podcast, which is actually going into its 5th season next year. It encompasses my professional speaking business. I travel all over the country speaking on stages and doing workshops and things like that. And I'm also an author, so as part of that as well. And then I also coach small businesses. And my aim right now, what I have kicking off in a week, is the power of your voice. It's a coaching program. It's a 7-week coaching program. We meet once a week, and I help you learn how to speak, not just from stages, but how to speak when you're having a one-on-one conversation about your business, or how to speak in public about your business or about you. we all need to be able to use the most powerful asset that we have, and that's our voice. And that's what that aims to do. But I there's two things I love. I love fashion and I love speaking. I know people look at me sometimes when I say that and they're like, "You all right?" Because it's like one of the biggest fears people have besides death is speaking in public.
Right.
And I've never understood that.
Yeah.
And I think it comes from way back in high school. I wanted to be a TV anchor. Always, and still to this day. So anyone hearing this, if you're hiring, I'm available. And I had a scholarship for that. And I gave it up for a boyfriend who was abusive. So this is my way of still doing something that I love and also teaching other people. So it's going to be a really great program. It's the first cohort kicking off on July 20th.
That's awesome. So
Yes.
by the time this airs, it will have launched, right? Whenever, I don't know when Zach's going to roll this out, but it will be officially out.
It'll be officially out,
Awesome.
and then there'll be more cohorts coming after that.
Great.
After the 7 weeks, we'll roll into another cohort, so it'll be available.
Do you think there was another one of those circumstances in your life where this boyfriend suppressed you, suppressed your self-expression, suppressed who you wanted to be?
Absolutely.
It gave you whatever you needed to be where you are
Right.
now.
Right.
And contribute to others in a way so that they don't let that boyfriend hold them back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what? In the moment, in the heat of the moment, when you're going through something, you don't realize all the stuff that you're supposed to be learning. And my takeaway from that is core values. And many, many other things. But back then, I was young, 17, 18 years old. Didn't know what I stood for, had no idea. And when you don't know what you stand for or what you're about, nobody else around you knows either. So then you start attracting the wrong people.
Yeah.
And once you learn that, for me, many, many, many years later, then that light bulb goes off. Yeah. And I think, again, things happen for you.
Yeah.
And that happened. Again, I could have sat back and said, I'm a victim. Oh my gosh. Would I be where I'm at today? Never. So now what I find important, I do speak about this topic on stages as well, is domestic violence and sexual assault. So many times, and I don't do this for myself, I do it for the impact that it has on other people. Because so many times have I had somebody come up to me afterwards and say, thank you for sharing your story. This happened to me and I never got help. In fact, I remember to this day, this was several years ago, I was at the store one day and I get a phone call before the store had opened. And there was a lady that was sitting in our parking lot. And she said, is Jennifer there? And I said, well, who's calling? And she gave me her name. And she said, I read all about you and I need to talk to you. Okay. So I let her in and we sat in my office and we had a long conversation. And she told me that this has not happened to her once, but 3 different times. And she'd never gotten help anytime because she had the typical thought process that a lot of people have, stereotypical, well, it only happens to people like this. And she goes, I didn't want to be that person. And then I read your story. And you're a business owner, you do all these things, but it happened to you. And in that moment when I read that, I didn't feel like I was, stereotyped into that mold of, it only happens to these people.
Yeah.
It can happen to anybody. And I want to have a conversation with you. So she sat down, had a conversation with me. She started the healing process. She went and she got help. She started getting counseling. And it doesn't always have to be in the moment, like right after something happens. It can be something that happened to you years ago that you never got help for, so you never healed. So I share my story. I'm very In my book, my first book, I'm very open about it. I'm not ashamed about it. There was a time that I was.
Yeah.
But why? Again, that's hiding behind the victim mentality. If you keep doing that, you're not going to be able to help someone else.
Yeah.
And isn't that why it happened? So that it can maybe prevent it from happening to someone else, or if it did happen to them, I can help them. See that it's okay. We can talk about this.
Yeah.
It's not an easy subject. Nobody wants to talk about it. I get it. Again, going back to rainbows and butterflies and all the cute puppies and kittens, it's not that kind of a subject.
Yeah.
But it's important.
Yeah.
It's very important.
I see how it all fits together too, because you're in the fashion business, which gives women or people self-esteem or has them feel good about themselves.
Yes.
And you give them an avenue to do it that's maybe some couldn't do it because there's this another way for them to have access to things that they don't.
Absolutely.
And then what you're creating for people and how you're sharing your story with people. What a blessing or a gift for women or for all people. Yeah. That's awesome. Love that. Yeah. What makes your business be as successful as it is, what it is versus other, there are hundreds of people who've tried to do what you do, but never been able to do it on your level. What separates you?
I think the magic sauce is the people. At the end of the day, that's what it is. And it's interesting. How we hire is according to core values. And some people can say that and it means nothing. It's just empty words. For us, it's a real thing. So what we do when we do our interviewing, we hire according to some questions that we ask that are based off of our core values. Because we need to know that you're going to fit with our team, that you're in the right place. Because if you don't have empathy, or you're not humble, or you're not willing to go the extra mile for somebody, or you're not willing or able to do the right thing even if someone's not watching, then we don't think that you're a good fit. We want people who fit with our core values, because that's how you create a great team, and that is how you create a great business. It's the foundation of everything. I could sit here and tell you it's the processes that we have, because yes, that's part of it, but it's not the secret sauce. The secret sauce is in your people.
How are you able to, whatever task, job, or role there is in the business, there's nobody who can do it better than you. How are you able to let go of some of those areas where, you've had your handle on for a long time, and for you to grow, you got to let go of some stuff. How do you do that?
So I learned, it's a newer lesson for me, meaning over the last 5 years, that I was the problem. I was in my own way, and I was in the way of everyone else around me. The minute that I stopped enabling by doing everyone else's job was the minute we started seeing growth. And then it almost becomes a thing. What else can I delegate? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you start looking at it in a different lens of, okay, well, I let go of this and it worked. The other thing is you have to have the expectation that nobody is going to do it. Like, talk to anybody, I'm like lightning. I'm here, there, everywhere. I am fast at everything that I do. If I can expect that my team is going to do it 80% of the way, that should be good. What's your level? What's the level that you're comfortable with? No one is ever going to be 100% of how fast you can do it, how great you can do it.
Yeah.
Don't have that expectation for your team that they're going to be 100%. What's the number that you're comfortable with? So to grow it, the light bulb came on one day. I don't remember what I was doing, but I went, oh my gosh, I'm in their way. And once I started exiting stage left, started delegating, things started moving. But I think it's at your own pace. It's how it just has to happen for you. And that light bulb has to go on. I can tell you and sit here and have a conversation with you all day long about the things that you need to do and how you make this automated and how you do it. But until you actually feel it, it's not going to work.
Yeah. I love how you say that. I was in their way.
Mm-hmm.
I was the one in the way because I have experienced that myself. And later, it took a long time, but where I thought so much. I don't know what it was, whether it was self-importance or whatever, but I remember being in a business meeting with a CPA, an accountant that is also a business consultant, who I met through COVID because he was having conversations on his YouTube channel about how to navigate PPP and everything. He was in Oklahoma. And I was on the couch like you were, crying to myself at 2 o'clock in the morning, trying to figure out what was going to happen in life. And he was making these videos for his 10 clients. And YouTube happened to put the algorithm, thankfully, or the algorithm happened to put it in front of me.
It's happening for you.
100%. I sent him a message at 2 o'clock in the morning and said, what do I do? My life feels over. I have 50 people that have to have paychecks next week. And I don't know where the money's coming from. And, he's one of the greatest humans in my life because he wrote me back. I'm not his client. He wrote me back, and we started this dialogue together, and we became great friends. And he guided me through, as he did many. He ended up, his YouTube channel has like over 100,000 now. But out of that, he had 10 during COVID. But he just kept coaching people and just giving away his secrets. Just sharing what people needed to do completely. Just gave his soul, and we became great friends. And he started this council of people who met across the country from that. I was sitting in a meeting with them, and he was talking about growth, and we're talking about how to grow. And I said, well, I can't do that because I don't have the, have the people for that. I have to do that. I don't have the people. And he said, yeah, sure you can. He said, what about Marina, who's been here 25 years and knows more than me about everything in our business than I do? and he said, give that a try. And the minute I let go of everything, I saw somebody blossom who was already blossoming and already in a great space, but really saw how much further and how much more. She had so much to offer that I was suppressing in a way that just getting in her way.
It's beautiful.
It was amazing. And it's like, wow, I didn't know I didn't know. I didn't know what I didn't know. And the knowing of which is profound. It really had such a huge impact on me.
And sometimes we need people outside of our business and our lives to look in and say, did you think of doing this? Is this something,
Yeah.
I have a thing, actually, the personal board of directors. Okay? What I mean by that, you found this gentleman who became a consultant for you. So he's someone that you pay. So your personal board of directors should be, yes, you're paid professionals, you're accountant, you're a lawyer, you're consultant. But then you have other people in your life who are more like mentors. People that, you've met along the way that you have a rapport with. And if something were to come up, you had questions, you can pick up the phone and you can call them or send them an email or a text. Having that personal board of directors around you is so important for your business. Because you can draw on the knowledge from other people because we're in our businesses.
Yeah.
For us to look above at the 10,000-foot view is very hard for an entrepreneur to do. But for somebody else that you have on your personal board of directors, they can look in and say, hey, you have these people that you're underutilizing.
Yeah.
And then you see them grow because you're entrusting them with something. And they feel honored that you even asked them to do it.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love that for you.
Yeah, I can see how that, because there's no other layer to go to typically when you're,
Exactly.
The buck stops with you, and to have somebody a group of people who I can share the things that I don't say, and we're so good. I'm so good at masking it all. Like, oh, I'll figure that out. I got this. Putting on the great face.
The martyr.
The optimist. Yeah.
We're always martyrs.
Yeah, right. We're just surrendering for a moment to say, you know, what else is there? What else can I do? Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's great. Good to have this conversation for me in a lot of ways. So thank you.
It just, it just opens up your mind because you're receiving it. You're open. We as individuals, not just take out the business part of it.
Yeah.
We have to be open to receiving things and being willing to looking at things differently sometimes.
What books or podcasts have had an influence on you or that are in your regular rotation?
Oh my gosh. There's one that was very monumental, The Power of We by Kyle McDowell. It talks about teams. And then The Power of One More by Ed Milet.
Oh, amazing.
Amazing book because I realized that I was that person. Oh, let me just do one more. Let me, whether it's a call, whatever it is. The power of one more, compounding the fact that you just stay and make one more phone call to a prospect, or you just stay and do one more thing. How that all ends up at the end of the year. Just phenomenal book. Those are two books that will always be on my bookshelf.
Yeah. Ed Milet's, I know. The other one, say the name again?
Kyle McDowell,
Kyle
The
McDowell.
Power of We.
Power of We. Okay. I'll put that.
It's all about the whole thing that, you would never ask somebody to do something that you're not willing to do. And you need everybody. And you all need to work as a team. It's a great book.
Okay, good. I got to continually feed my mind with good stuff because my mind drifts to negative or bad stuff automatically. So I've always got a podcast or
And
a
that's
book or
human.
something. Yeah.
I mean, that is complete human nature. And we just have to rewire that. Again, the whole happening for me, not to me. If you just keep saying that over and over and over, eventually that you still may think the negative at first, but then you go, wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me
I
figure
love
this out.
That really needs to be emblazoned on the wall.
You need a
every
neon
wall.
sign that says.
Every area of my life. Yeah. Wherever I turn, I see that.
But it's not an overnight thing. It definitely not. It takes a while to learn it.
Yeah.
I'm not perfect. I mean, I have this saying you have to think about for a second after I say it, I'm sure, because everybody's like, oh, now I get it. Nobody's perfect. Instead of nobody's perfect, nobody's perfect. A very good friend of mine said that to me. My first real job. She had that on the side of her computer on a bookmark, and I've never forgotten it. And I use it now because I'm like, yeah, nobody's perfect.
There's another one. Put it up there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Any podcasts that you regularly listen to? Or
Oh my gosh, I listen to so many.
Yeah.
And gosh, what is one that I've been listening to? I listened to Tony Robbins a lot. I listen to Mel Robbins a lot.
Oh yeah.
But
Let Go, right?
I
Is that
don't.
Mel-
Yes,
yeah.
I don't. I like to listen to shorter podcasts typically. Because I just we all have the TikTok attention span.
Yeah, I know.
So those are the two right now, but that changes. I'll discover another one.
Yeah.
Social media marketing is one that I also listen to because I do some with AI. There's a couple of AI ones that I listen to as well. I'm really tuning in and have over the last few years to AI.
Yeah.
And so I'm a perpetual learner.
Yeah.
I mean, because I didn't get my degree back when I graduated high school. I graduated from FGCU in December with my degree.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I continue. I'm a lifelong learner. I love to read business. The only fiction books I read are by Mitch Albom. The Tuesdays with Morrie, those books.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's all business books. I'm a lifelong learner, and I think that we all should have that aspect in us somehow. That opens your world.
Yeah.
It gives you other perspectives to consider.
Yeah.
And you enjoy yourself reading, but learn from it too. Maybe you don't like to read, then listen to it on audiobook.
Yeah, that's
because we can learn so many great things by picking up a book.
Yeah. How about when you're not in that mode, your decompression time, or you got music on in the car, what's playing?
Country. Always. Love country music. It's everything. I do listen to some Christian music, but country music is my jam. I love Nashville. We travel to Nashville many, many times a year. So don't be surprised if at some point, there's a True Fashionistas in Nashville. But country music, absolutely.
Yeah. So I have a Spotify playlist from all the guests. What are a couple of artists or a couple of songs?
Oh gosh, right now Ella Langley is everywhere. She's definitely on my playlist.
Okay.
Kenny Chesney is a crush of mine. So Kenny is always on there. And there's another one. He's pretty amazing, Riley Green.
Okay.
I've seen him so many times, and he's actually coming to Naples as well.
Really?
And love everything about Riley Green.
Okay.
So those would be the three that are on right now. But everything about country. Okay. 90s country is the best.
Okay. All right. They're good. We'll add those segments there too. I see you, Zach. Gotcha. Do you have a hidden talent?
Oh my gosh. Ooh. I don't know about a hidden talent.
Coming from a farm in Minnesota, there's got to be
I
something.
have one that I can't do. Does that qualify?
Well, let's hear it.
I can't swim.
Really?
And I come from the land of 10,000 lakes.
Yeah.
And I live in Florida. Right. No, I cannot swim. So there's one thing I can't do.
Can't swim. Like doggy paddle, swim like that?
Nothing. In fact, water gets up to my chest and I will hyperventilate.
Really?
I have to wear it. My friends pick on me all the time when we go out on the boat. So they
and
call them.
You actually go on a boat too?
I will go on. We have a boat.
Really?
My aqua socks. So they're shoes for the water, because if I go in the water, I have to be able to touch the bottom. And there's no way in heck that I'm touching the bottom of anything. So I have to have shoes. It's just really funny. But, going back to hidden talent, I do have a hidden talent. I can walk into a store and find the only pink garment in that store. Pink is my favorite color.
Obviously.
In fact, I laugh because a friend of mine, I was at a conference. It was in Tallahassee. And it was going to be cold out. And I didn't know that we had to wear really casual stuff with tennis shoes and everything. And I had brought all dressy clothes. And she said, let's just run over to Target really quick and find something. She goes, I have never seen somebody walk into a store, in and out, in 5 minutes. You literally scanned what you wanted. It was pink. That's my shopping hack as well. Literally go into a store, find it. It's pink. I'm out.
Yeah.
So that's my hidden talent.
Yeah.
I will find pink anywhere.
Okay, that's great.
In fact, so much so people know me for that. They'll text me. They'll be like, look it, I found this pink house. There's a pink door. Here's a pink car. It's quite funny.
Well, I certainly appreciate your business and what you bring to the community, because my wife is a fashion. She's a doctor, but fashion is her other passion. That she's just fashion and design, and you've helped us with that, because she can rotate her wardrobe on a regular basis.
Absolutely.
And even our furniture too. Even our sofa was sold there. Yeah.
That's why we exist.
Yeah.
Keep it fresh.
We're grateful for that, for sure. I love, I have to have you back so we can have some more time together, and because I could see this going a million different ways, and I learned a lot from you, so I really appreciate that. I know Zach's giving me the signal over there. But I always end with this one question, and I think you've kind of answered it in some ways, but what is it that you love about your life?
Everything about it. At one point in my life, I probably wouldn't have answered that way. But I look at everything that's happened in my life, and it's been created for me by God. This is where He wanted me to be. And how can I argue with that? I am supposed to be right where I'm at. Whether I'm having a good day or I'm having a bad day, He created this day and where I'm at.
Amen.
So.
I love that. Wow. How perfect. Thank you for the gift that you are for me today, too. Give me
Thank you.
The start of a great week.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, cool.